Ever feel like learning English could, like, totally transform you?
Yeah, like open up a whole new world.
Exactly. We're diving into this document today for an English learning podcast. It's called English Boost.
English Boost.
And get this, it claims learning English can basically change your life, even help you get a new soul.
Wow, a new soul. That's a pretty big claim.
It is a big claim, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack that today. We'll see if it actually lives up to the hype.
That sounds interesting.
So where do we even start with this whole new soul idea?
Well, I was thinking about that too. And maybe it's about how language shapes how we think, like how we see the world. Learning English could like unlock new ways of thinking, new ways of connecting with people.
Yeah. It's like having a whole new perspective.
Exactly.
So, okay, this English Boost concept is all about like opening doors to opportunities. But it's not just about getting a better job, right? It actually dives into specifics.
Oh, yeah. It gets into things like technology and tourism.
Right. International business. Like real areas where English is in demand.
It even mentions some research about how being fluent in English can like seriously boost your earning potential.
I mean, that's got to be a big motivator for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, think about it. More career choices, maybe working remotely for like a company in another country.
Right. Or even starting your own global business.
Exactly. The possibilities really open up.
Okay, so the document has this whole section on inspirational stories. And they're pretty powerful. Like, there's this one about a woman. She started learning English in her 40s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she ended up landing this dream job at a tech company, something she never thought she could do before.
It's amazing how much a new language can change your life. Like, it's not just about practical stuff.
Yeah.
It's also about, personal growth, confidence.
Totally.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, learning a new language takes work, like serious effort. Does this English Boost thing address that? Like all the potential challenges people might face?
Yeah, it does. It talks about how staying motivated can be tough, especially, when you have a busy life.
Totally.
That's why they emphasize these practical tips. They have this 15 minutes a day concept, just finding small chunks of time to practice.
Oh, I like that. 15 minutes a day.
Yeah, it's much less daunting that way. And they also say, like, be realistic about your goals, go at your own pace, and don't get discouraged.
That's good advice. I like that 15 minutes a day thing. It makes it seem way more manageable. But is that really enough to like actually become fluent?
Well, they make the case that consistency is more important than intensity.
Interesting.
So they argue those short bursts of daily practice can be more effective in the long run than, like cramming once a week.
Okay, that makes sense. They also talk about finding a conversation partner, which honestly sounds a little awkward to me, like practicing with a stranger.
I get that, yeah. The document suggests things like online language exchange partners or even joining like a local conversation group.
Okay.
And they really emphasize the importance of not being afraid to make mistakes,
Yeah.
Just see them as part of the process. That can help with the anxiety.
That's a good point. So one thing that really stood out to me was the idea of having guest speakers on the English Boost podcast. I think hearing from people who've actually done it, like successfully learned English, that would be super motivating.
Yeah, for sure. And they suggest a mix of people like language teachers, successful students, even like celebrities who learned English later in life.
Wow, celebrities.
Yeah, it'd be so cool to hear their stories.
That would be fascinating. Okay, so big picture time.
Okay.
What could we take away from all this English Boost stuff?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that learning English is achievable. Like, even if it feels overwhelming at first, it's about finding what works for you, being consistent.
Right.
And just enjoying the journey,
Yeah, totally. Now, here's something to think about. If you could achieve one goal by getting better at English, what would it be? Think about that for a second.
Wow.
Would it be landing that dream job, connecting with family in another country, or finally understanding those English language movies without subtitles?
Ooh, yeah.
What's your English Boost dream?
That's a great question to think about.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely thinking about mine now. All right, thanks for diving into this with me. Until next time, keep boosting that English.
Sounds good.